Welcome to Unmuzzled Chat. Now, this is part 2 with Lance. Now, I must admit, we've had a lot of hurdles right here on Unmuzzled Chat. More hurdles than we have faced thus far. I'm not going to get into all the crazy specifics of it, but do you know what that tells me? It tells me we are on to something good, doing good. Evil is effectively showing up. The devil is trying to hinder our impact, bringing people to God, bringing people together, ruling out a lot of evil's corruption. Evil fears us uniting more than we even know. God, I have all these notes. Like, why? Because this podcast matters to me, and it really should matter to every single American alive and breathing today. Once again, we thought we had it bad as civilians during the pandemic. Lance himself has said it, that he believes his life to be under threat. Literally. As we speak. For what? We must rally behind this man. We must rally behind our troops. And it's all one and in the same. The more we can move the needle there, the more we'll move the needle here on behalf of our freedoms as well. Let's just go over some of the things he's covered, because I want us to really let the why sink in. This man faced 66 days of solitary confinement. Why? He was denied some of the most basic human civil rights. Even having a Bible initially in solitary confinement being one of them. He was denied to be there for his son's birth because they deemed him a flight risk. This is beyond egregious. This is evil. This is beyond wrong. Let's continue. He was attacked. He was bound to a chair in his uniform cut from his body. And they didn't even do a cavity search. The indecency, the flat out corruption. I'm literally having a hard time forming the words. I'm on the verge of screaming and crying for this man and so many other service members that dealt with pressures, that are dealing with things to this day we can't even imagine. They got the boot, all their pensions, retirements, benefits gone, with decades of service behind them. It is egregiously unacceptable, the outcomes, and we must seek restitution for these heroes. He faced a court-martial, facing 7 charges, and 1 really says it all. He has been falsely accused of too many things to list. Just trying to scare him, just trying to break him. Why? He was denied religious exemption to an illegal order, an illegal mandate. Why? Why is this man faced with all of this? Simply because he denied an illegal criminal mandate. It's been proven. All they had was emergency use shots. You cannot enforce that into anybody's arm. And they did the switcheroo as though it was the FDA approved. Couldn't be further from the truth. Men like Lance fulfilled their oath and stood their ground. And he was the only one. And I forget the terminology of his platoon or group of men around him. The only one. So he's been ostracized. He's been targeted. He's been marked. And the whole military infrastructure around him has been weaponized against this singular man. It's criminal. It's an abuse of power. What a waste of time. What a waste of resources. What a freaking circus. We ought to be livid as citizens that that's what's happening behind closed doors with our military service members. And it's egregiously unacceptable. I know we're repeating a lot of things and a lot of words here, but the reality of it is, until we fix things, until we get accountability and have things structured more legitimately, our work isn't done. There is more we must all do. We must get to the bottom of this. It truly breaks my heart to see what our service members have gone through over this freaking pandemic. The jab is now being classified a bioweapon. And they tried forcing it on people. And now those individuals, they're the problems. They get the boot. They get court-martialed. They get solitary confinement. They get mentally and physically abused, emotionally and spiritually as well. It's no secret now. Our military's weak. It's vulnerable. It weeded out so many truly strong members that could see what was happening here. They knew in their gut this was wrong. Now with such low recruits, they're trying to allow, and I believe they even are, allowing illegals to come join the service and obtain citizenship. What better way to infiltrate a country? Unbelievable. Why are they allowing this or trying to allow this across the board? Well, it's simple. They, all branches of military, freaking screwed up so badly that they've lost the trust of the American people. It's to a point. Like, who's going to enlist when you don't know who you serve? What, in fact, you'd be serving. And that, my friends, is a big problem. We must rule out the corruption. Evil has been so effective and so cunning on so many different levels. Frankly, I'm not seeing enough growth, not just to this platform, but across the nation. I really had hoped to get this episode out sooner, but with all the issues, we're doing the best we can. But things are getting so insane, so bad. Just yesterday, the runner-up for the president of the United States of America was shot. It's a time in America that we unify. We must see the gravity of this very situation. How many times has it been said from the opposition, from the controlled opposition, the controlled talking heads, the puppets? There is a two-tiered system to this world we live in. Once again, call it what you want. Whether deep state, cabal, elite, Illuminati, Freemason, APAC, secret societies, Fact is, there's a two-tiered system. And their puppets continually say, at any cost, no matter what, etc., etc., etc. Fact is, we cannot put this burden on any one individual's shoulders. The only way out of this, the only way to secure a future for us all, is to get involved and get united and set down all the smoke and the mirrors and all these differences. The evil has effectively polarized topics to where we can't even communicate with each other anymore. Are we too far gone? From what we've said many times on this platform, the World Economic Forum, they've stated humans are now hackable animals. Have we effectively been hacked to our own detriment that we can't even resolve these issues? It seems to me that too many Americans are self-serving and too self-absorbed. Doesn't matter here. We're committed and we're going to do whatever we can. And we're going to continually try to do whatever we can, whether this ship gets saved from sinking or not. If we can't start setting down and committing enough time to this war that's being waged on us, every single man has a role to play. Who am I to say what their role is specifically? All I can see is that getting the messages like this out are crucial. I know there's steps we can all take each and every day, viable, easy steps we could take that could help shift the tide. Simply by our views, by our clicks, by our likes, and by our dollar bills. It's a pivotal moment in history. I just hope people seize the moment to their betterment. That's enough from me. Let's dive into the episode. I really love the conversation with Lance and how we continued talking about God. For whatever reason, if in fact that just isn't resonating with you, with where you're at in life at this moment, I would hope futuristically your heart gets softened. But that being said, if you must get past it, skip past it. Because he continues with his story. He continues going into the specifics of the sheer abuse of power he's gone through. Gosh, I hope this ignites a spark within all of us to seek solutions and resolve these issues. It's clear. It's salvation through Jesus.
Wow. Well said, yeah. And then with Muslim, not trying to talk bad about them, but that was the Quran was written after, way after the Bible, right? Like what was written before the Torah? Nothing. So yeah, if you just think of it like that too, all these other denominations, like what's that guy's name? Joseph something. I don't remember. What's that one
Oh,
called?
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, I see. It's good that I even know him. He came out with his book after the Bible again, and they just add themselves to it. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, that group. I actually know quite a few Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they call it. Like they separated the main body from Mormonism due to there's, I guess, the way I see it, a lot of the spin-off Mormonisms, I guess, still practice polygamy even, but that has nothing to do with the main body of the church. So they separated and now are more Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And now I'm no expert in the field, but I do know quite a few individuals, lovely families, and they're doing great things and they're really walking in the fruit of the Spirit. But I could, just like anything, there's defects in just everything. I've often wondered, even researching more on that, but the reality I keep getting faced with my limited absorption abilities in this moment, there's more than enough right here in the Bible. I need not look further in this particular time. Now, when it feels right, if it feels right, I'm obviously going to keep an open mind to like any other things, because that's the thing. I view know-it-all syndrome, drawing a fine line in the sand as though you know the full truths of things in this life, to be one of the greatest character defects. Christ taught us to stay humble and meek as a child. And it really does seem the more we know and figure out and draw nearer to God and the fruit of the Spirit, it's like we understand in our hearts more. In a sense, it's really hard to articulate, but it's like we know less through drawing near to him. It's that adage, the more we know, the less we know. It's just a beautiful pursuit. And just like anything in this life, just like the gym, seeking God, same thing, because we're so mortally flawed. It's a forever pursuit, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, real fast, if my dad's watching this, I'll tell him that I love him on air, because I don't think I've ever told him in a while. But
that's beautiful, man.
You mind if I share a verse real fast?
Not at all. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Let's see here real fast, because I was thinking this one. And this is like one of the, other than Matthew 7:13-14 that talks about the narrow road and all that stuff, this one hit hard too. And I like to read this. Luke 12:49-56. Jesus causes division. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. I have a terrible baptism of suffering ahead of me, and I am under a heavy burden until it is accomplished. Do you think I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other. From now on, families will be split apart, 3 in favor of me, and 2 against, or 2 in favor and 3 against. Father will be divided against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, and mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because again, a lot of people think that finding Jesus, finding Christ, is prosperity and stuff, but like, look, it says right there. And guess what? My dad and I were divided when I became a Christian. And yeah, he kind of persecuted me for it, because and I understand too, like you said too, I understand, because I didn't become a Christian until like 3.5 years ago, So like for the longest time, I fought it too, man. And then once you read it and once you become corrigible, really, that you have to be open to it and be humble first, not that people that think they know everything and blah, 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 man, like you don't have a chance at reading the Bible because you're not even open to it. You have to read it with an open heart, discern for yourself, and people like you and me that are standing up against tyranny, blatant tyranny, and then like that aren't that, or at least that are maybe atheists or don't have views of Jesus or whatnot. I would hope that they could think in the back of their heads, like people like us that aren't weak, and I would consider ourselves warriors for sure. What are we tricked with this? Like for that person listening who's vaccinated, and I don't even mean that as like disrespect at all. Like I would say there's 3 different types of people now. Ones that didn't get vaccinated, ones that did get it, but learned from it, right? Like learn from it. Yeah. But not only learn from it, trying to do something about it. Accountability, anything. Yeah. And then the ones that just the other ones,
with the other ones that evil has effectively instilled pride and ego so deep that they won't even allow, they can't even face the reflection in the mirror as to making such a grave mistake. And the information's overwhelming, but you kind of got to go out of your way now to keep a blind eye to the flood of information that's coming out that, hey, that wasn't good.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you just touched on some other profound things that, like, to the atheist, I challenge and state, because there was an amazing story I heard once. I'll try really shorten it up.
Okay.
You know what? We won't even go into the story. We'll just state some facts. I would ask the atheist, are you aware that on a single Harvard campus, library, there are over 70 million titles. I mean, that's a lot of books. Most people would be like, no, I had no idea. But if they answered yes, it'd be like, oh, okay, great. What? Well, have you read them all? And then they'd be like, I mean, who really's read that many? I mean, that's a lot, right? But it captures a very powerful truth, because the atheist would more than likely answer no. If they're answering honestly, no, I have not, then the reply is simple, that I don't believe you to have the credibility to claim atheist at all.
Yeah.
At all. Why? Because you haven't done enough of your due diligence with the time you've been given here. One of the most profound truths I like honing in on, because it's extremely humbling, is that we're only visiting here. So to utilize the time we got to figure out the why is crucial. And you can't, like, it would be foolish to rule out God in this book that isn't a singular book. It's a multitude of books, historically proven time and time and time again. Even the Dead Sea Scrolls that were found, that were there was all this hype that was gonna disprove this book once and for all, and how defective it is, and how much truth got lost in translation. And then guess what happened? It died off. There was no media hype. Why? Because the actual findings, word for word, support this book. God would not allow his roadmap to be tainted. It is pure. You can bank your soul on this book. And I can say it with confidence, just through, and I'm no biblical scholar at all, and I'd consider myself even a baby Christian, and forever will be. We cannot fall prey to the lies and the things that are coming into our detriment, because the teachings in here, I mean, one simple truth is that if the world truly abided by this book, abided by Jesus's example, would the world not be an amazing place? Would it not? No locks on doors. Like, we wouldn't even have jobs per se, because we would be doing things on behalf of others to where it would be a whole different economy, and it would be thriving, because we would have these technological advances without this two-tiered system that has been created in this world now. It's so clear in your very story, everything. It's biblical. It's a spiritual war. When you look, that's actually why I'm grateful now to be living here and now. My whole life, I felt like I was born in the wrong era, and I was better off slinging pistols or a battle axe or just something way back simplified. But I'm grateful to be here now, because I see we live in a blessed time. It's never been so clear, black and white. When you really dive in, these world leaders are demonic. They worship the devil. The projection of it all, and their sacrifices and their worship and their symbolism and their Bohemian Grove and their secret societies, like, it's all out there, man. So when you see the devil's face, when you see people selling their soul, isn't that proof? Doesn't that make you draw toward the light and the Savior? Like, of everything, it's a very blessed time. People just got to humble themselves to be like, wow, you know what? I don't know it all. And let me look at all these individuals that are glowing amongst all their trials. Look at all of them. And that's what I love to capture. I want to have more of them testimonies on here too, because that becomes definitive proof. And the more people that come on will obviously speak light and maybe plant that seed within the hardened individuals, because this world's hard and we harden ourselves due to that, but to humble ourselves and see that and want to achieve that enlightenment, like these people aren't making it up. They've been blessed by God. And so let's not lie to ourselves anymore, right? It's cutesy time is over. We're freaking adults. Let's start seeing reality like it actually is around us, even though evil's fighting hard to defalsify that whatever reality. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I just really went on a rant there, my man.
No, that's great, man. Hey, anyone who's still here listening when you post this, they're seeking. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
We're
mind if I share? Sure.
I was just stating we're an hour and 16 minutes. We still got time, brother. So yeah, what do you want to share?
What's your pup's name back there real fast?
Oh, this here's Bolt, and then I got Moose over here on the ground.
Oh, okay. How old is Bolt?
He's about 9 months now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is he full pit bull or half?
His mother was pit, his dad's pit, half mastiff. So we're wondering. Yeah, we're wondering how big. His dad's a big boy. Oh, you got one over there?
I'm gonna show you. Let me show you my big boy. Come here.
Oh man, he's got sleepy feet.
Yeah. So this is Lilo Bear. I never introduced him before. Right there.
Hi. Wow.
Yeah, he's a
gorgeous pup. I like how he's wearing that tuxedo.
Yeah.
All proper. Just give him a little bow tie, man. He's set.
Yeah, I know, right? And he's like 115 pounds right now. Monster.
Wow.
Go. Yeah.
Gorgeous dog.
I wanted to share this real fast, and then this is it because these are my favorite ones right here. And again, if my dad's still watching, this is a great opportunity right here. All right, so let's see. This is one of my favorites. Ephesians 5:11. I'm sure you've heard of this one. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. It is shameful even to mention what the disobedient in secret. So this is what I almost like live off of, which is why I'm exposing my entire freaking command right now, dude. And they're gonna have to silence me by killing me for me to stop.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that with enough people supporting what you're up against and what you're going to expose. That's the sad thing about evil in this world. It doesn't play fair when we're trying to go about things and legalize legitimate ways. Evil will just, as you could see. But the reality of it is, in numbers, that's our greatest protection, and evil fears that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Matthew 7:13-14. So when I first became a Christian and read this for the first time, this one hit me hard. It says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, aka hell, and many enter through it, right? Which first of all makes sense. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, which is heaven, and only a few find it. Look how challenging this part is. Only a few find it. And that would make sense again with how evil I've seen the world to be, and you've seen it to be evil. How we know it to be evil because it's supposed to become even more evil before Jesus comes back. Like, how are people like, yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna watch Netflix. F this. I don't know.
I don't get that. Yeah. You bring up such a good point. See, this shows me your heart, your spiritual maturity too, that you would even set down the important things you came on to freaking expose to now shift into God. Like, is there anything more important?
I did not prepare for that though. We started talking about it and I started pulling up here to share it. Yeah, but I definitely did not prepare to share that. I didn't even think to do that until, again, you and I just went off on the best tangent ever, right? Jesus Christ.
Billy recently, he's a still active Navy officer, I love on a cast. I was just listening to him and I was chatting with him that if Americans would only even sit down, yeah, that Netflix or anything for like just a couple hours a day, just a couple. I know individuals say too busy for this, but when it comes to their salvation, when it comes to
Yeah.
actually securing a real future with our country, if you don't
Yeah.
have that time as Americans, you make that time. Like
Exactly.
with
Yeah.
the direction the country's in, and with, I believe, for men especially, as they really dive into this, they'll realize that, like
Yeah.
Jesus, and with the money exchangers, or is that what you call them? That it is a table flipping moment in time.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
for righteous anger regarding the corruption and
Yeah.
exposing it and gaining back ground. And if we don't, we're gonna get what we get, and we're gonna deserve every bit of it. So
Yep.
it
Yep.
really just does boil down to choice. Are we willing to accept things as they are, or be accountable and do what we can? I just know in masses, like in numbers, all of this easily, everything you're bringing to the forefront, easily fixed.
Mm.
On the bigger stages, easily fixed. We just
Yeah.
we gotta unite.
I agree. Absolutely. Which is what you're doing right now, man. You're doing it. You're helping spread the word. I'm grateful to be on your show. This is how we do it, right? Like, how else? How
Right.
else? We have to voice our opinion.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like with each new podcast, I like going over stuff I've never gone over before.
Yeah.
So I want to show this super fast. Well, I'll just show this real fast because I just saw it. So we tried to redact this and everything. So when I was in confinement, my ADC, I had two ADCs and one civilian counsel. But this one here, she asked Lieutenant Colonel Vasquez, and again, I've never said that, I've never shown this before. On Thursday, like she's asking him this. On Thursday, May 25, we discussed your denial of Castle's limited release to be present for the birth of his son. In that discussion, you stated that you were denying your request or the request because of the nature of the charges, the confining being at high risk to freaking flee, man. The PCRO hearing result from a neutral and detached commander, lack of knowledge of a specific plan for the hospital if released with an escort, and despite feeling bad that he will likely miss the birth of his son and did not feel it was appropriate given all the circumstances that they frickin' created and lied and misled. And man, that's so disgusting. If you feel I missed something that we spoke out of, right? So she's asking him like emo traffic for him to confirm it, and all he says is Sarah, that is correct. So like him. There he is right there, his name and stuff. But anyway, I missed the birth of my son due to him not even allowing me to go see him because okay, I'm gonna hit this, watch this. So he says
That
the
is
confining, yeah.
insanity.
Well, watch when I tie this. The confinee being at high risk to flee, right? Like I'm just going to take a chance and split, right? So that was May 25th or whatever. So we go to this one. Okay. This is from April 15th when it was now told to me that I will remain in jail for 66 days in totality after this. So what, this was like day 4. I had my hearing day 5 or
Wow.
whatever. But this is the pretrial reviewing officer, Lieutenant Colonel Colin LaFavor. Okay, watch what he says at the end here. You're not gonna believe this. Okay, he says here, I'm gonna even highlight this for everybody. Though he may not be a flight risk, I'm just gonna freaking highlight that. I find the risk to safety of others as a primary reason for continuing pretrial confinement. And what he's referring to is the knee dislocation. Apparently, I dislocated someone's knee, right? When they changed it
Oh
to me
wow.
striking it, that the cop ended up testifying that I never even touched his knee, let alone him even being aware that I was being charged for his knee being dislocated. Okay. There
Wait,
was
hold the
that.
phone. So there's a write up that they're trying to have you rambunctiously attacking individuals, but the individual that they're
Hmm.
trying to pin you attacking is on a whole nother note stating, no, this gentleman didn't touch me.
Right, which makes me think that, I mean, how is that even able to happen? That the only way that's able to happen is if they never question him. So his knee did dislocate, but I didn't touch it, and his knee
Right.
dislocates often
They're
from a prior.
conspiring against you. What the
Yeah.
what?
I've also never showed this. This was during the pre-trial confinement reviewing officer. And so I've been to court 3 times within this whole thing. The first one was from the magistrate, which is the PCRO, who determines if you can be released from jail and await your court martial with like a anklet, right? Or house arrest or whatever. And then the second one is to see if you can be released. And this is like 2 months later or 2.5 months later. And then the other one was the big one where I'm gonna be charged or not. But this guy right here, Tech Sergeant Norris, I've never showed this. This was during the trial. He even said this stuff. So let me see. I need to show this right here in yellow. All right. These two incidences cause okay. Counsel was cleared twice by mental health professionals and by medical doctors for confinement. Like cleared just means they ask you, are you going to kill yourself? And if you say no, you're cleared. So these guys are, dude, they're so criminal, man. I hate that.
What?
Cleared. Tech Sergeant Norse explained that Castle was non-compliant with officers forcing a cell extraction and was non-compliant during the mandatory strip search. So that's a whole damn different thing too. The whole strip
Oh
search,
my
seven
gosh.
guys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah, the first day, 7 guys tied me to a chair, restrained me to a chair, cut my damn uniform off, literally, until I was
Wow.
completely exposed. And the whole point of a cell extraction is to what? Check cavities for drugs or with paraphernalia or whatever. They don't even check my cavities. And I've stated before in other podcasts, I'm not mad that they did it. But what was the point for it then if they didn't do that, right?
It's
These two incidents. Yeah.
demoralizing tactics. It's just
Yep.
sheer
Yeah.
abuse of power. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sickening.
man.
That just
Yeah.
shows literally who those individuals are.
Yeah.
And
And the
that's
Security Forces
horrific, man.
commander. Yeah, Security Forces commander. I'm gonna say his name for the first time, Lieutenant Colonel Atkinson Adams. He's on notice. I will be coming after him legally. Like, see how I say legally when I say stuff like that? Like, I'm going to come after you legally. I say that intrinsically because I said that during the strip search, during
Mm,
the cell extraction. Like, but guess what? They say in court that I said I was coming after them, and they leave out legally. Like they all
mm.
say that they all conspired against me, and I think it'll even say in here. But what I really want to hit is this part. These two incidences caused multiple injuries to the confinement staff, a broken nose, cut hand. I have 19 of their witness reports. Not a mention of a cut hand is even in there. The broken nose was a deviated septum, and that was during the cell extraction that I was viewed as not guilty or deemed not guilty of that due to self-defense. Like this big old 6'3" monster was on my back and smothering me in a rear naked choke, and I couldn't breathe, right? So and when I punched him, you could clearly see my face is down, and I just swung up. Like it wasn't even intentional. It was I need to breathe kind
Wow.
of thing. And
Wow.
look at this
No
one.
kidding.
And a dislocated keen. I'm just she meant this guy meant knee, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Dislocated knee. Okay. Now, this guy who's reviewing this, I mean, it looks bad, right? It looks freaking bad. It looks like if I'm released, I'm going to cause some extreme misconduct. Castle's defense counsel asked if this was potentially due to PTSD. She shouldn't have asked that. Captain Torado, who her and I are great. We have a good banter relationship, whatnot. But she shouldn't have asked that. She should have told him that and showed some damn diagnoses. Looking back at this, was
Mm,
like asked, who's she asking if I potentially do from an issue during his childhood, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Childhood experience which triggered these events. Yeah, anyone can pause it, but I'm trying to find that thing that I just mentioned here. Oh, this part's funny. Castle was extremely hostile, threatening, non-compliant, and required a restraint chair due to his size and advanced physical fitness. I mean, like big or anything, dude. Compared to them, I guess they're all out of shape, but it's hilarious.
6 or however many. My gosh.
Right.
They're
Here
just
it is. Yeah, sorry. Here it is. He also testified that Castle made multiple statements during his first 24 hours in confinement to include my commander is going to pay. And then I did say that, but I said legally. And I was out for blood legally, like through the justice system. Look at me drawing over this. I'm so upset.
wow.
Trash, man. Freaking trash. And like, look how long ago this was. April 14th, 2023. And it's been a year and a half almost. And it's fresh, it's still fresh in my head. And I'm coming, man. Legally. Coming legally. I've breezed through this with you. I'm not even going to read all this, but look, there are clear indicators to which we are trained on to look at for a potential active shooter. There's a clear motive in the situation that could end fatal for some individuals. So look, I'm declared an active shooter from this guy unlawfully. Yeah, no indications or anything. I mean, no proof. I'm going to just read a little bit. Concerning the issue with Castle, there have been concerns amongst NCOs that have been involved with the situation. There are clear indicators, but he doesn't state the indicators, and no commander asks him, what are the indicators? We just, oh my gosh, like, I don't own any weapons or anything like that at that time. Like, what the heck? I don't have any weapons or guns at that time. Hint, 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 hint. If they try to bombard. All right, Xing out of that. And then guess what? This was the April. He signed this thing on April 4. Guess what was said about me before on April 3? Okay, right here, April 3. This one says that there has been an increased safety concern for engaging with Castle. I, Cleveland, am worried for my work centers and my family's safety. The longer the situation goes on and we engage in text messages, emails, or other communication, has led to a potential target on myself or the people around me. I want the record to show I am addressing my potential endangerment concern for the people around me, both family and coworkers. It has been stated. Okay, this one's a big one. It has been stated again by who? Like, no proof. It has been stated that there is a concern about Castle collecting names and targeting members who are in communication with leadership or who have crossed him. Let's go. Which is why they arrested me. It looks horrible, but guess that's so. I'm showing this because we just read the email from my commander saying that his greatest concern is me being a flight risk, which is why I can't go see my son's birth. Right, a flight risk. There was no in that. There was no assaultive stuff. And then this other commander says that I'm a flight, although not a flight risk, he finds the safety. Like, they just keep going back and forth, and I'm being ordered to come into work, man, constantly. I'm ordered to come into work, but like, you guys are viewing me as active shooter. Like, what? Oh my gosh. So, and everything, that's just like 5%, man. Maybe even less. That's maybe even less. And I just breezed through that.
Whose coffee did you piss in, brother? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, I stood against my religious beliefs of not wanting to get the vaccine due to me believing it's highly immoral, and that's my conscience speaking. Right. And that would be violating my conscience, which is sin.
Good for you.
1 Peter 3:6. 1 Peter 3:16, Romans 14:23, 1 Timothy 4:1-2, James, I think chapter 4:17 talks about that. You can't violate your conscience, and Timothy talks about not shipwrecking your faith. And I've said it a lot already on podcasts that I struggle with sin, the ones that are hard for me, like cussing sometimes, right? When I cuss, I know it's wrong and I apologize immediately and repent. And I'm trying, stuff like that. I have issues with, but the sins that I know exactly. But this I don't have any issue with, so I'm gonna fight this till the death. Again, this was his report of the whole thing. Lefevre, he said so right here. Evidence. Here we go. The evidence presented during the hearing included. I just want to show this right here. My freaking PIF, and my PIF has over dude. Is this 4D attachments, but it's over 200 pages at this point of supporting substantial evidence that they created and freaking made up, man. And this is what they're using always. My damn piff that they refuse to remove. Prisoner observation reports and witness statements that are false and misleading and taken out of context. And look, he used a 48-hour memo and a 72-hour memo. So why that is important is because the 42-hour memo, well, this is a 48-hour memo. It's from this guy, the freaking old commander. Okay. So this is my old, or this is an old group commander. Again, this is the preponderance of evidence stuff. I, being a neutral and detached officer acting within 48 hours of imposition of confinement under military control, find adequate probable cause that the following offenses, triable by court martials, were committed, and that Lance Castle committed them. And here's what I committed. You ready for this? Desertion on or about 3 April to 10 April. First of all, that's not over 30 days. So, oh my gosh, dude, are they really this negligent and inept, or are they really just this evil and nefarious? Again, both are horrible. Horrible,
Wow.
right? So I'm saying that shouldn't even be desertion. That should be AWOL, but they want to go with desertion. The second one was disrespect towards a superior commission officer, which we need to get into. The other one's willfully disobeying his order to report to work. But again, I'm an active shooter, right? And all types of crap. But I need to report. This is ridiculous. And then the fifth one was assault charges that they tried saying I dislocated a member's knee. Additionally, I have reasonable grounds to believe continued pretrial confinement is necessary because it is foreseeable that the confinee will not appear at a pretrial hearing. Like, I hired a civilian counsel. I turned down all their plea bargains, and they're just saying, yeah, I think he's a flight risk because he's not going to appear at his trial. That is literally the definition of arbitrary and capricious. Like, these commanders are so unlawful, man. Like, I'm
Wow.
gonna like look at this. I want his name to be known. And you know what's crazy? This guy was my flight commander back in 2007, 2008 in Oklahoma City at Tinker Air Force Base. And we know each other. We know each other. And now he's the commander of the group here, or he was. Colonel Churchill now replaced him. Oh my gosh. And look, again, here's my favorite part out of all this highlighting. It says, and that lesser means of restriction would be inadequate to ensure the confinee's continued presence and maintain, here we go, the good order, discipline, morale, and safety of my unit / squadron. So they needed to keep me in jail for 66 days to ensure the good order, discipline, morale, and the safety of other people in the squadron. But now I'm sending base emails, CCing the entire squadron of their crimes. So how funny is that, man? Like, that is so freaking sanctimonious at best, dude. Yeah, I'm upset with
Wow.
that one. Wow. I'm upset with that one for sure. Um, yeah, man. These are my charges. I know we're going through this. I'm just gonna blast through these ones. So, how is disrespectful to Vazquez was repeatedly interrupting him and also calling him a domestic threat. So those are two different freaking specifications, technically. Okay. Now he's saying I called him a domestic threat. I never did, and I thank goodness I had audio to back that up. That was
Wow.
was played in court, not fully because they cut it off, just to let him know, Vazquez know that we have the audio of it. And then they end up trying, like his prosecution tries to change of when I called him this apparently from February 6th during my commander's appearance with him to like March 31st or April 1st in an LOR. Like they jump almost 2 months, which is just, again, the judge saw like, oh, look, I have the audio of me not calling him a domestic threat. And now they're trying to make it stick somewhere else. Like, how obvious is that?
I just don't get it. Just because you didn't join the club of the vaccinated,
No, 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 no. It's
now
because I was sorry. It was because I was the only person in the squadron that didn't join the club of not
you're
being
the
vaccinated.
only
Yeah.
person in the squadron. So now you're getting completely ostracized. The whole
Yep.
system is being weaponized against you. Yeah, once again, this is a total
Like,
abuse of power, and this
yeah.
is egregious behavior. It's like
Very.
they're just time after time trying. literally lying. Like
Literally.
that's insane. I mean, all these charges, once again, what a double whammy
Brazen
for
too. Look, the order brazen. Ostracism order, and no one puts up, I mean, no one does anything about it. Remember this one? I've instructed the M5 personnel not to meet with him one-on-one to avoid all interactions. So I'm supposed to go to work and like people are ordered to not talk to me? What, like what in their insane mind do they think that's okay? And apparently I'm a criminal. Look, I'm a criminal conduct, accused of criminal conduct, and we didn't read all of this, but he has told other airmen right here that they are going to hell. Incorrect, out of context. And those three airmen I'm gonna say on the air is Senior Airman Forgy, first name Jet, Senior Airman Robinson, and Senior Airman Marmon. They could just talk to any of those guys. Now they have their names, and I'm sure they will tell me, no, we asked him about the Bible because I was like a brand new Christian then, and I
wow.
was sharing Matthew 7:13, 14. So I'm not saying they're going to hell. I'm saying we're all going to hell if we don't find Jesus when we die,
Wow.
which is the unforgivable sin, right? Again, they just swing whatever they want. I'm gonna breeze through all this crap. So they make this memo again. That's the same thing, but they take out the yellow. They take out the yellow. They take it out because they know it's bad. See, now it's like it's gone. People can pause it and look. It's gone. As we continue, I have all combinations to safes, vaults, secure rooms that I have access to have been changed. So I need to be escorted around the freaking squadron, straight up ostracized like crazy. Currently, I do intend to discharge the individual, but he didn't. He just said he was gonna. It just gets worse and worse. This is document number 2. Document number 3, they try to edit it more because of how bad the other one was. It still says COVID, but people can pause and look and try to differentiate what's different. But the final 4th copy is this one, and this is the one I've gotten. And now, number 1, COVID is out. Number 2, the ostracism stuff is out. All this is like worded very carefully to make this guy seem less corrupt, seem
Mm.
less freaking corrupt, man. Oh my gosh. And this is it. I got a security termination statement. They pulled my clearance. Till this day, it's still pulled. And I refuse to sign this because what it says at the bottom is, oh, is it not zooming down? Sorry. There we go. Is because right here, um, it says the penalties prescribed for violations of these statutes, which would be this stuff right here, losing information related to national defense, failing to report to superiors the known loss of theft. I don't even know what they're talking about. Communicating classified information to an agent or representative of a foreign government, failing to deliver. Like, who knows what? I don't trust him, right? But they said that okay, the penalties prescribed for violations of these statutes through willful acts or gross negligence vary according to the statute. The circumstances and the information involved, they range in severity from a fine of not more than $2,500 to life imprisonment. Yeah, your signature on this form is your acknowledgement that you have been informed of the criminal statutes applicable to espionage, and the
What?
punishments provided for violations of these statutes. Yeah, so they could have killed me right here. Life imprisonment or death. I already read that part. Um,
What?
so look at this. I'm not signing at this point. Are you joking? It says your signature on
What?
this form is your acknowledgement that you have been informed. No, I have not. Like, if you
No.
look at it, it says that I was supposed to be briefed on other stuff. Where does it say that? National defense, whatever. I can't.
They're, what?
Right, man. It's so unbelievable, even to this day, that I go back and revisit this stuff, man.
Bro. Like,
Right here. Yeah, I have not. They didn't even circle it. Strike out inappropriate word. Received an oral security debrief. They haven't done anything for me, and they want me to sign this without even circling I have not. They didn't provide me any training up to this point of this. Like, this is some criminal stuff right here, man. Hypocritical, sanctimonious crap right here, dude. Yeah, unbelievable, right?
well, it seems as though you got all the receipts. Thank
Every
goodness
piece.
you got the recordings
Yep.
to support your truths. I know we're nearing our end time here. However, Lance, I want to let you know, to get this out, to get some freaking ripples, more ripples happening, I don't want it to end here. Meaning, as things continue, as we even view this particular episode,
Yeah.
that any things that profound things that weren't touched on or left out, or oh,
Yeah.
we breezed through this, it didn't seem clear enough, we want to clarify some things, I'd welcome you back at any time.
Okay.
So good news, bad news, anything, just to continue spreading awareness on this, because I'd imagine that you're not the only one that has been completely
Right.
ostracized and villainized to this degree. Like, it's crazy. Obviously, so many got the boot simply because they
Yeah.
refused this illegal order, this criminal order. And it
Yeah.
blows my freaking mind as to
Yeah.
how bad some people have gotten it. And the reality of it is, man, if you would have caved to that thing, who knows? You may be a different person. You may, in fact, be fighting for your life. You may, in fact, even be dead. As we know, so many that caved and got that shot are. I mean, Chaplain
Yeah.
James, horrifically, for those that haven't seen, that episode with Chaplain James, how he got pressured into it and he's fighting for his life. And when he's in those extensive care units, he saw individuals that just died in their sleep due to this shot. And the
Wow.
freaking military forces chalked up those deaths as suicides, depriving the families of all the benefits, and a horrific, uh, like,
Yeah.
tainted. Who wants that as their mortal resume? These men that were murdered and ruled as suicide. That is egregious as it gets. So it really does boil my blood, because you sign up, you serve 19 years. Let's just touch on those 19 years for a bit.
Okay.
There had to have been enjoyment. There had to have been
Yeah.
a healthy sense of pride. And was throughout them 19 years, were there
Yeah.
any type of crazy situations like this, or did it
No.
only come up once you denied orders, essentially illegal
Yeah.
orders?
Yes. Yeah. Not just me, right? Other people have been going through this. That COVID
Right.
vaccine in mandate from the Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin that has now been proven to be unlawful due to the Supreme Court lifting the mandate in a year and a half's time, right? Due to the Liberty Council, Navy SEALs, or the lawsuit that was going on and all that stuff. But this ultimately coming from Biden and Kamala Harris, who she stated live that if Trump would have ordered the mandate, she would never get it. Like she says stuff like that, and people don't even question it. So yeah,
Interesting.
man.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, my dog just nudged me. Lost my train of thought on that one. But real fast, too, I want to show this that commanders have the primary responsibility to determine the cause of absence and to find and return the individual to military control. Because I'm on AWOL. I'm AWOL right now. I'm legit AWOL, not getting paid. They're ordering me to come back to work. And this is the AFI for AWOL, desertion and unauthorized absence, right? Like all the research all day long, every day. And not only that,
Okay,
like
but
there's
they're ordering you to go back to work with the same individuals with all these same issues. Why aren't they sending
right,
you to a new base? Like,
because
this
Colonel
is
Jared Bergen, bro, this Bergen guy wants to keep me here, and I know he does because other first sergeants have told me that. This
right.
guy, Colonel Bergen, I'm coming for you, freaking legally, sir. I mean, you have not seen what people like me and James here are capable of legally. Like he has never seen this kind of fight. Look at this. Like I want to show this apprehension procedures. Commanders start investigating the case and begin apprehension efforts as soon as an unauthorized absence occurs. These efforts not only assist in returning absentees to the military sooner, they also deter others. like not so they're saying they don't want me to inspire others here, right? But this is the AFI. This is a requirement to come and
Wow.
apprehend me, and they are not. And it says military law enforcement personnel. Well, who has the authority to apprehend? NCOs, commissioned officers. They can come to my house right now and apprehend me. No one is doing it. I sent my address to him just in case no one knows. Like no one is doing it, and but yeah, dude, I would love to do a part 2 with you and go over these when we do, whenever.
Okay. Okay.
This is a unfinished business.
Well,
Absolutely.
be sure to just be smart, protect yourself legally. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of patriots and folks that are fighting against people that just have lost their bearing in this life, and they'll go to any lengths, like to even try having someone swatted, so to speak, which would be, it's a way of literally murdering someone, knowing like, oh, they're in a place of self
Yeah.
defense. So just be smart, right? And protect
Yeah.
yourself and your family. I mean, you got a newborn. It weighs on my
Yeah.
heart to see these type of tactics being used on individuals. This isn't what you signed up for, or no one did. And
Yeah.
it's insane to me that the perpetuating just evil that's happening due to that simple stance you took. I mean, it was elite. It's so messed up. This is criminal. This is unacceptable. And we, the American people, must get behind this and put an end to basically the corrupt power structure. We can't allow this type of situations to perpetuate or ever continue again. People seriously wonder why our
Mhm.
our recruiters are having issues. We've had a deficit now, and we're borderlining draft status due to like no one wants to go into this woke, broken down, tyrannical military infrastructure.
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall as to why, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So we got to
Absolutely.
fix this, America.
Yeah.
We got to fix this. I'm just flabbergasted. I don't know what words to accumulate and say to really light that fire. My jaw is on the freaking floor, Lance. Anything we can do to help your situation expose. I know we went over a lot. I know you have a lot more specifics that just it continues. It just
Yeah.
continues and situation after situation. But you seem
Yeah.
to really have gathered the information and done your due diligence, which is, I mean, what more can you do other than really
Mhm.
share your story? So I hope that the listeners on this very episode blow this up to an extent where you just gain more and more opportunities to share on bigger and bigger freaking platforms.
Yeah. Lastly, do you mind if I play this for 30 seconds? I've never played this ever. This is my commander back then, squadron commander, Lieutenant Colonel Vazquez. I want to hear your opinion actually after I play this for you, if you let me, of what
Okay.
you think. Okay. This is 3 months post my court martial, September. I was acquitted of all charges on September 13th, October, November, December, and this is December 15th. Yeah, this is 3 months. Okay. And this is what he tells my therapist about my court martial. And here it is.
Very good. So I think I explained the conflict, right? Yeah, no, and I understand that, but with all due respect, I mean, I think the situation is kind of different,
Hold on, sorry.
Castle it's kind of a different circumstance, considering that, he was put under investigation or, if I'm not understanding, it was by you, one of, and he has to work directly under you. And that creates this kind of dynamic unless this is, I mean, have other service members gone through this?
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, right? But that is the consequences of the decisions that he made, right? I understand that during his court martial, he was found not guilty, right? But what the judge decided, her reasoning, that is not where, what was her reasoning. It could have been, hey, Castle deserves another opportunity. So, hey, maybe that's why he said he's not guilty. I don't know, right? Like, there's no records. We do not get access to anything, any of the reasoning that the judge had. The reason why he's in the position that he's at is based on the consequences of his decisions, right? So, and then there's a mental health piece to it, right? Like this whole treatment piece that he's getting now is what we've been trying to push him towards for more than a year. But finally, he decided to listen, right, and follow the process that I've been trying to explain to him. Hey, man, you want an MED? Follow the process with your appointments, but you do have to come to work. So I guess I do have a couple of questions, right? But at first, I wanted to get everything you have for me, right? Like in the last weeks, like, is he better? Is he not? I don't know if I can get because he did get a CDE.
Okay, yeah, dude, everything he's saying are just straight lies, dude. I didn't get no CDE. It wasn't, I'm not low risk because of him. Legit blatant lies. I don't know if he believes them or if he's just, dude, I don't know. And then
Wow.
I don't know. No one stops him. This is a squadron commander, which is very low in rank compared to a group commander and especially a wing commander. No one stops him. And due to what he's done, it's now in the wing commander's purview. Like, dude, this is so crazy. This is why I want to be rearrested. Bring me back to a trial. That's where I can really be defended, and this stuff be exposed. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be arrested, man. He's just going to cut my pay. I don't know when they're going to reinstate my pay. This is just wild, man. I don't know.
Oh
yeah,
my
man,
gosh.
that's all I got. That's all I got for today's episode. Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well,
Again, yeah. Oh, man. There's just so much stuff, man.
I wish there was, other than getting this message out, I don't know really any other more important call to action. So I just pray that we covered things in a way that weighs on civilians' hearts, understanding that, I mean, I can see it in your eyes, Lance. This has been a horrific experience. It truly has. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And it is unacceptable and it's egregious. We must get behind and support you in all of this. And all of our other warriors, everything John's doing on the Forgotten Soldiers, we got to blast that podcast too and just get it out there because he's having so many voices come out. So many of our good men that got the boot, got pressure, there's just too much to even go over. Like it's mind blowing, but one conversation at a time, one step at a time. Let's set down our selfish things for a moment and just do what we can to get these stories out. But I want to just take a second. Hey, thank you, Lance, for joining Unmuzzled Chat today. We are truly honored to have you on, and I look forward to a chat in the future. But with that being said, let me do a quick sign off. Listeners, thank you so much for your support, your shares, your likes, your comments. If you got any questions for Lance, if you got any input, even prayers, just drop them in the comments below. Be sure to check the links added into this very episode. If you really want the in-depth dive I mean, there's what, 7+ hours on the Forgotten Soldiers where Lance really dives into the specifics. Be sure to support our affiliations. Check out Patriot Mobile. They are the only Christian conservative mobile network. Stop funding our enemies. Get a layer of protection and security. You could click that link below as well, or simply call them. Use the promo code Unmuzzled. They'll waive fees and take care of you. Be sure to prepare yourself as information is getting out there and the floodgates are truly opening. I do believe that is a grave threat to evil, and they may try shutting it all down. One of the gravest threats I foresee is the EMP. So click the EMP shield link below. Do the research. Do your own research. The Keystone compliance testing was very thorough and very successful. These products will ensure your vehicles, your homes, your solar investments will be protected. Minimally, get one vehicle per family so you don't entirely lose mobility. I view it as the best bang for buck preparation you can do. And we're still receiving $50 off every single product through them. With that, gosh, please share this message. Our warriors, our heroes deserve their voice to be heard. After all, they put everything on the line on behalf of our freedoms for our country. And no soldier should question what were they serving? Who are they serving? So it's time to root out corruption. We got so much blessed opportunity right now. And I know with God by our side, we can achieve great things with the time we're blessed with. We are gifted today in this life. With that being said, God bless you. God bless America. Until next time, take care.
Peace.